If I could go back and tell the 23-year-old me on the stress index, a lot of hair pulling and peptic ulcers, 23-year-old me wouldn't believe it. Well, it's everyone's favorite time of the week. It's Portfolio Day. It's Portfolio Day! Behind me, you can see my portfolio versus the S&P 500. I'm up 726% versus the S&P 500 up 167%, going back to 2013, an 8-year period. We're recording this on a Tuesday after market close, October 19th, 2021. This particular week in portfolio updates, all I can see is a sea of green, except for Lime Hedge. Lime Hedge is just narrowly in the red. Coinbase has been on a tear, up over 22% for the week. Meanwhile, up is down. That's Wheels Up Experience, down over 9% for the week. But let's face it, this portfolio lives and dies by one company, and that company is Tesla. Tesla up just over 7%. That's $63,000 for the week. People don't understand the power of time and compounding interest. My cost basis in Tesla, my invested capital in Tesla, didn't go up 7% this week. It went up 120% in 1 week. The very first shares I purchased, split adjusted back in 2013, were $19, give or take a buck. So those initial shares I purchased literally 3.5x in 1 week. I wish I bought more. I own roughly 1,080 shares of Tesla now, which means when Tesla gets to $925 per share, I'll officially be a Tesla millionaire. A Teslanaire. That's a little cringe to say, but bear with me. The 23-year-old me that watched this video that you see behind you playing right now, that me didn't even know how to open a brokerage account. This is back in the day when you couldn't simply open up your cell phone and log right in. Smartphones weren't a thing. Robinhood wasn't a thing. That version of me would have been mind blown right now. You gotta understand, I was poor back then, depending on your point of view maybe, and I didn't know it yet, but I was headed towards foreclosure. I bought a townhome at the age of 20. I thought I was being super financially responsible. I understood the power of investing, not in stocks yet, but in real estate. I didn't, however, yet completely understand leverage and risk. That would take multiple calamities later for me to for that to finally stick. So by the time I was 24 years old, I was grossly underwater on my property. And that investment was supposed to be the basis of my wealth creation. I was supposed to be getting ahead of the game, but it ended up being a gravitational pull on my wealth. I was still in college. I was working jobs under the table. It was rough and at times a little depressing. It's a little weird to think, looking back now, how easy it was to get a mortgage back then when I made almost nothing. It was easier then for me than it is now for me. That sounds crazy, but it's a true story. Years later, I would learn the lesson of overextending myself with leverage again, but this time with stocks. And from a cost standpoint, much, much more costly than the foreclosure probably was. It's important to understand if you're just beginning your investment journey, the success I've had is just riddled with failures. I do think there's a simple path to wealth, and I'm gonna talk about that on this channel, but it isn't the path I took. On the stress index, my path was a lot of hair pulling and peptic ulcers. I wouldn't suggest anyone go that route, but if you are feeling down, if you've made mistakes, it's okay. Learn, move on, it gets better. If I could go back and tell the 23-year-old me, hey dude, You're going to own a Tesla. It's going to be faster, have more range, more storage, be safer, overall better driving experience than this Roadster that is clearly blowing your mind right now. Oh, and by the way, the car happens to drive itself. Not perfectly, but in ways I know you think will be impossible to imagine. 23-year-old me wouldn't believe it. I don't think. He'd be like, what am I, a millionaire or something? Well, actually, you're a Teslanaire. That's it, guys. My name is Nick. Hopefully this wasn't too cringe. This is my lemonade stand. See you on the next one. No, get the f*** out of here.